Welcome to round 3 of the daily event, Magic Online Legacy. I'm piloting an Turbo Eldrazi deck. My opponent this round is playing that green, white Death and Taxes like build. Um, let's go ahead and play the games. I mulliganed that hand. It was terrible. If you stop the replay and watch it, it's just nothing. It's not going to get there. This one's not that much better, but at least I can thirst on turn 3. I'm on the play. Just hoping he doesn't have a super fast start. He's got a Vial. I draw Ponder, which is pretty good. Island, again, want to dodge Wasteland as long as possible. Force of Will, Emrakul, and Candelabra. Not very strong, so I just shuffle it. Draw Vesuva. And I've got 2 Vesuva, but unfortunately I don't have any Cloud Posts yet. So that's kind of awkward. Stoneforge Mystic, the new White Bitter Blossom, as they call it these days. And I draw a Cloud Post, so that's great. Just play my Cloud Post and hopefully try to ramp up the Kozilek. He vials into Mother of Runes. And he plays a Jite and swings for 2. Now I cast my Vesuva and I draw a 3rd one, so that's great. I'm going to have plenty of mana now. Opponent vials a Quasali Pride Mage, so he's got a sizable force. Now he wastelands my Cloud Post. In response, I'll go ahead and Thirst for Knowledge. And I draw a Glimmer Post, Emrakul, and all his dust. I discard the Emrakul, and I am discarding the Misty Rainforest just because I don't need the shuffle effect, and I'm not going to be playing the fetch land anytime soon with these many Vesuvas in play. Drawing all his dust, and the plan is to hopefully get a Vesuva next turn, or even a Glimmer Post, and all his dust his team away. But it's going to be close. I'm at 13 life, and he files in a 2nd Quasali Pride Mage. And now he plays Caracas, which is slightly annoying for the deck, but as you'll see shortly, it's not the end all. Alright, so here I untap, draw Force of Will, and I've got some decisions here. I've got, if I play my Vesuva copying Cloud Post, I can generate enough mana for the All-Is Dust. But I can also generate enough mana for the All-Is Dust if I just play Glimmer Post. Now that gains me 3 life from the Glimmer Post coming to play ability, and that's just a safer bet. If for any chance, he's got his Violets too. He's got a Stoneforge Mystic in his hand. Then even equipped with the Jite, I'd still survive. If he's got any other 2-drop that's 2 power or more, I'm dead. But the Glimmer Post, playing the Glimmer Post instead of the Vesuva, lets me survive if he's got a Mystic. So just, it's not necessarily something that many people would catch right away, I think. But it's just something, a little edgy, you gotta keep an eye out. Glimmer Post's life gain is not trivial against aggro decks. You really have to get it when you can. So I play my Glimmer Post, go up to 6 life, and cast all his dust. Wipe his team away. And he ends up not having another creature, so it didn't end up mattering. He plays a land, and I'm feeling much better about my chances. Draw Thirst for Knowledge. I play Vesuva, and I again do Glimmer Post instead. I've got, 2 Cloud Posts with 4 Locusts in play. That's 8, 9, 10, 11 mana, the 12 in hand, and a Kozilek in my hand. So I feel pretty safe. Even if he draws the Wasteland to get a Cloud Post, I still can Thirst, and it's a pretty defensible board position. And plus, I'm casting Kozilek this turn, and I didn't really draw anything. I'm gonna have to discard, and again, I'm just gonna discard the Misty Rainforest because it's not going to matter. Here, my opponent's last card in hand was Swords to Plowshares, but I gained 12 life, so I'm at 22 against an empty board, and my hand is just stacked with card draw and removal and life gain. So I feel pretty good. Play the Glimmer Post, and I don't play the Ponder. I figure I can Ponder and use Ponder for Force of Will. I want to draw more cards, which is what Thirst for Knowledge is for. Maybe should have Thirst for Knowledge in my turn, but I don't think it matters. My opponent casts Sword of Fire and Ice, but There's no one to equip. And here I thirst for knowledge, repeal, Cloudpost, and Sensei's Divining Top. I discard Grimler Post, sorry, and I repeal. It's just I don't need to gain any more life, and now I draw the crop rotation. So I play my top, play Tropical Island, and pass the turn. Alright, end of turn, I cast Crop Rotation and go get Eye of Ugin and search up for Emrakul. And my turn, go ahead and cast Emrakul. And get my extra turn, swing. My opponent gains 10 life with Jita counters. And here I just... my opponent didn't scoop right away. I mean, he could now bounce my Emrakul. I don't know what he could have done. Maybe he had a creature in his hand. But here's one of the nifty tricks with the deck. Because we run 2 Emrakul and we have so much mana. I go ahead and search for the second Emrakul with the Eye of Ugin. Cast the second Emrakul. That'll give me an extra turn. And then during my extra turn, I can again untap, tap the Eye of Ugin, and cast the Emrakul again. And now I got a next, infinite turns basically. And even with the Caracas, he's pretty much dead. That was game 1. Now we're back for game 2 here. Let's see if we can. And just a so-so hand, but it's got Pithing Needle and Propaganda, which is, I guess, what we want. We want Pithing Needle for Solid Prime Mage, making our Propagandas stick. Opponent doesn't cast a Wonder Up, and cast Expedition Map. Opponent plays Kasali Pride Mage as expected. I go ahead and needle it. Take beats for 3. Opponent cast Knight of the Reliquary. And Knight of the Reliquary ended up being really good against me. Just its ability allows him to go search for Wasteland, and that ended up mattering in this game. Go ahead and untap and play the Propaganda. Opponent goes searches a Wasteland. Cast Sword of Fire and Ice. Bashes. Here I ponder, and there's another Propaganda on top, so I just get that and cast it. He's very mana-starved here. Alright, now I search my library for Cloudpost and play it. And it's just more back and forth. He's got to equip, and he can't swing between equips. And meanwhile, I'm trying to search my library with the expedition maps for Cloudposts and keep crop rotation up. I like play Candelabra. Here he plays a Stoneforge Mystic. He's got a bunch of guys. What I want to do is try to catch him with where he doesn't have a Wasteland in play, and the Knight can't go get it, so I can crop rotation and go to Tabernacle. And here he gets to swing with the Gaddock Teague. Hits me, draws cards, and he goes ahead and takes out my Cloudpost. But then in response I crop rotation. But in his response, he goes ahead and taps his Knight to get to Wasteland my Glimmer Post. Sorry. So of course I go. Now he's tapped out, and I go get the Tabernacle. I draw another crop rotation, which makes me wish I had another Tabernacle in the board, maybe just the second one for when they get rid of the first one. But he's only got 3 mana, but the Knight ends up being, again, very, very good against me. He's got to choose which of his 4 creatures, and he keeps the Teague and the Knight. Plays another. Plays a Jite, which I think is a mistake. He should have just moved the sword to his Knight. I don't think the Jite was going to matter at this point. Then I strike my fetch land. I draw Vesuva, but there's nothing really I can do here. I'm at 9 life, and he wastelands the Tabernacle as expected. I sacrifice it. I go get Eye of Ugin, and if I'd gotten another turn, I could have started searching up, and with double Candelabra, do some pretty crazy things, but he can just swing with the Knight of the Reliquary and kill me. And that's game 2. And welcome back. This is game 3 of my 3rd round against green-white Aggro Taxis. Sorry, I skipped through that mulligan. It was just a terrible hand. He got double Pithing Needle, Cloudpost, and Vesuva, Propaganda, and all his dust, which is, I think, just about as good as it can get. Play my Cloudpost. Opponent plays Savannah and passes. Then I go Vesuva, copying Cloudpost. Cloudpost makes 2 mana now. Play Needle. Name Kasali Pride Mage. Psych Needle, naming Wasteland. I'm very well protected at this point. My mana development should be pretty painless. Tarmogoyf, a 0-1 Tarmogoyf. I draw a 3rd Cloudpost, play it, and now I've got tons of mana. I can play all his dust if I need to. It's just a really good position. Now I just need some colored mana. He's placed a 2nd Tarmogoyf. Also 0-1, and I draw a Tropical Island, which is perfect. Now I can pay for Repeal and Propaganda. I don't want to play the Propaganda right now because if worst comes to worst, I can all his dust any team he has. And then I peel like a champ, draw Sensei's Divining Top, spin the top, see a 2nd Propaganda and the Crop Rotation. I'm just going to spin the Crop Rotation to the top because it's going to allow me to go get Eye of Ugin to end the game quickly. End of his turn, I want to see another card. So I go ahead and bounce his Tarmogoyf so I can spin the top again. And sure enough, I see a land, which is what I really wanted to get, so I wouldn't miss my land drop. And play my island, pass the turn. Opponent swings with Tarmogoyf, cast Pithing Needle. He would probably name Sensei's Divining Top, or worse, he could name Eye of Ugin. So I just spin the top, there's nothing. Go ahead and cast Crop Rotation. Go get the Eye of Ugin, use the Eye of Ugin to go get Emrakul. And spin the top, and there's a Cloudpost on top. And with that Cloudpost, well, that's 13 mana, sorry. That's Emrakul. Game over. Thanks for watching. That was round 3. Waiting for the beginning of round 4. Hopefully I can win some packs. Hope you guys are enjoying the deck. Stay tuned.